modern Irish society is rich in cultural and ethnic diversity. Respect for such diversity reinforces social and cultural inclusion. The story of Irish travellers is our story also. Yet they continue to be one of the most marginalised and disadvantaged groups living on the periphery of Irish society. The relationship between settled people and the travellers could be seen as society's anxiety around and resistance to difference. Kildare County Library Services offered Pictureógs as a culturally engaging, holistic model that nourishes and supports a sense of self-identity, self-learning, growth and acceptance.
A band of old tinkers we happened to meet. There was some from Kilkenny and more from Kildare, more from Ballyhound instead of ill knows where.
Tracing the history of any nomadic people is very difficult, and attempts to establish the origins of Irish travellers are fraught with difficulty, not least because of the lack of documentary evidence. Theirs is an oral culture.
There was Radigans, Quilligans, Cases and Bells. There was that many tinkers that I couldn't tell. And one man amongst them, we ran out the door.
One common assumption about travellers is that they are descendants of dispossessed peasants from the period of the Great Famine of the 1840s. Another theory is that travellers date back to the mid-17th century, the time of Cromwell's resettlement policy. It is also contended that metalworking is one of the oldest traditions of travellers, and that the word tinker is derived from the sound of the hammer striking metal.
The settled people want a bucket made. They said to the father, "Will you make me a bucket out of this?" Well, he said, "Yeah, I will." That's all you have now of a copper boiler, like. Yeah, just the shavings left after it.
Tinkler, or tinker, began to appear in records as a trade or surname in the 12th century, again pointing to their long history in Irish society. The traveller way of life was intimately connected with rural agricultural life and practices. Travellers who went to school up until the 1960s describe how they and settled children would attend seasonally because they were all involved in the cycle of sowing, tending and harvesting of crops and a whole array of work on the land, resulting in travellers remaining in one place for long periods of time. Traditional farming practices were changing, however, with a shift away from agriculture to industry and services. Travellers moved to towns, and we see the emergence of large halting sites often hidden from public view by large boulders and mounds of earth. The loss of key roles in rural life is reflected in the Commission on Itinerancy report of 1963, where travellers are referred to as an itinerant problem. The report focuses on resettlement and absorption into mainstream society as a solution to this perceived problem. The same report saw no value or need for any special study on the origins of the itinerant population of this country and found that travellers did not constitute a separate ethnic group. Claims to ethnicity by travellers have prompted intense debate in recent years, with a much more active traveller advocacy arguing for respect, recognition and equality. It is contended that Irish travellers constitute a distinct culture within Irish society, sharing a specific set of values and mores which include patriarchy and extended family, fluid and flexible work practices, rituals around marriage and death, and nomadism.
The way it is with this tent, you make it with a wattle, and there's 12 wattles and a rigging board, and you put a canvas cover over it. You put a bit of straw under yourself, and you put it in a place where you won't get wet, like, you know what I mean?
14 or 15 in the house raising one of them.
Yeah.
That time.
Yeah.
And we tent with 4 or 5 hazel bottles and a cover over it. Fire like that, maybe that time we might have 2 tents. My father and mother just lying one, we was lying the other when we were all young.
Oh, right, yeah.
Maybe 9 or 10 was one tent.
Yeah.
Lying top one, another neighbour.
Yeah.
You were so warm.
One way to keep warm, yeah.
Yeah, that time.